So this was kind of a weird, confusing story that Kristin Cavallari talked about on her podcast, that she recently shared that she thought that Britney Spears was a clone. And she recalled the story and she said...
And Kanye, I think.
Yeah. Britney Spears and Kanye, but Britney Spears reached out.
Yeah.
She said, I get a call from my publicist and he said, guess who wants your phone number? Britney fucking Spears. She said her big thing was that she thought Kanye was a clone, but she also said Britney is not Britney. So Britney obviously caught wind of that, and her initial reaction was to be scared that they're onto her, and she gave her number. So Britney sent Kristin Cavallari a text, and she said she felt like it was a roller coaster. I'm not going to read it. I'd love to read it. It's a roller coaster.
She didn't actually read it, right?
Kristin Cavallari did not read the text that Britney Spears sent her, but Kristin Cavallari texted her separately and said, hey, I'm hardly in LA anymore, but when I come in December, I'll let you know. We should hang out. And then she never responded, Kristin Cavallari said. So then Kristin Cavallari just jumped to, now she does think that Britney Spears is a clone. She doesn't think it's her, and she doesn't want to hang out. So it's like really quite the jump. And I don't know why Kristin Cavallari is so adamant on Britney Spears and why she's so adamant that Britney Spears has to respond to her text.
There's just times when Kristin Cavallari puts some of her personal opinions out there that I just couldn't disagree with more, you know? Like, sometimes I'm just like, man, she really thinks that, huh?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I really don't agree with her, and that's fine. And I don't think a lot of people would.
Right.
But in this instance, and there's plenty of other examples. But the fact that Britney even just saw this, I don't even know how that I don't even know how Britney sees this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she just got word of it, right? Maybe through the grapevine. They're like, hey, Kristin Cavallari, you probably...
She could be scrolling on TikTok.
Yeah, that's true. They also probably crossed paths, like, early 2000s. Maybe at some parties, some red carpets. I can imagine, maybe there's some parties that they were both at.
Really? I feel like Britney was just at another level,
Yeah,
she was at another level, but Kristin Cavallari was like a.
I mean, in the club, maybe.
Yeah, like a at parties.
Yeah.
Maybe I would bet that Britney Spears knew who Kristin Cavallari was.
As far as maybe on one of those nights they're all out in LA, there's probably a time they've been in the same room, but I can't imagine Britney's given her a lot of thought over the years. I just can't see but once again, I mean, look at Britney, right? You see what Britney does and what her social media presence is like, and perhaps she just came across a clip scrolling reels one night because she feels like Britney feels like a reels gal. I don't know if she's on TikTok. I feel like she's got Instagram and she's looking at what's on Instagram, and you're like, I'm gonna prove that I'm not a clone by sending her a text, which I guess backfired and made Kristin think even more that she's a clone. And they did say that it was kind of like a long run-on sentence, but I'm like, obviously, look at how she writes her Instagram
right
posts.
That would actually make me believe she's not a clone because she's so being herself on Instagram or whatever is going on right now.
A long run-on sentence text that doesn't really make sense actually sounds exactly like her.
It sounds exactly like Britney and her Instagram captions,
right? So I wouldn't expect
unless
they think it goes deeper. They're like, oh, she's not on her Instagram like that.
Well, I think what she's implying is that Britney on her Instagram is not even Britney. That's the clone.
Right.
No, if Britney Spears had a clone, they would make her Instagram captions a lot more coherent.
100%.
They would prop her up and make it seem like Britney Spears is,
Maybe it's like AI and it's kind of, that's why it's coming off so
no, this is Britney Spears right now. This is Britney. This is her life. These are her thoughts.
Yeah.
This is what's going on with Britney.
Yeah. 100%.
If it was a clone,
I guess
they
you
would
could never really know.
If it was a clone, they would polish her up, and she wouldn't be dancing with knives on Instagram.
If they made a Britney Spears clone, she'd be like on a world tour right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would they make a Britney Spears clone that's dancing half naked on Instagram with knives?
Right.
That would
it's
not
only
be the
a beta.
clone.
They're working
No.
on the full
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
It's just a test.